The spirits are rising, and we're not just talking about ghosts. What better way to toast the season than with a cocktail that's equal parts eerie and delicious? The spooky masterminds behind Kelnero Bar in Edmonds have conjured up a few zombie cocktails, and Callie Kelnero joins me now. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Callie.
Okay, so your costume, not too scary today. What can you tell me about this?
I have a 4-year-old, and he has strong opinions. So this year, I am Cat in the Hat.
Because the 4-year-old makes all the decisions. I like it.
Absolutely.
He runs it. We like it. Okay, and you do zombie cocktails, I understand. Even though it's Halloween, that doesn't necessarily mean it's spooky. So what can you tell me about zombie cocktails?
A zombie cocktail is a modern classic cocktail recipe. It was developed in the 30s by Don Beach, otherwise known as Don the Beachcomber. He was one of the fathers of tiki cocktail culture, which is like tropical escapism, lots of fresh juices, lots of baking spices. And so there are many origin stories to this cocktail, but generally it will raise you from the dead, if you will.
Oh, okay, strong. 3 different rums, right?
3 different rums, yeah.
Okay.
The original recipe is a closely guarded secret, but we do what we can.
Well, we're starting off strong with the classic zombie. How do we make this?
Okay, well, first you add rum. So This is Plantation 3-Star, which is supposed to be the column distilled or clear rum. But this one is actually a blend of column and pot stilled. This is our little secret recipe that we use at Kelnero. It's a rum blend. It has Jamaican. It actually has 3 different terroirs represented, and it is a little bit overproof.
Okay.
The original recipe was unearthed like pretty recently, more or less. So we now know it has grapefruit in it, as well as other fresh juices like lime.
Gosh, it is going to feel like a vacation. It's going to take me somewhere, I feel like, with all the rum and all the juice.
It's definitely going to take you somewhere, girl. So that's grenadine. This is a house-made demerara syrup. Originally, it should be a cinnamon syrup. This is falernum, which is basically baking spices, sugar, and sometimes alcohol. This is a house-made cinnamon tincture.
Of course.
Naturally.
Naturally, why not?
We do a lot
of... A little dollop of that, a couple?
A lot. So the original recipe called for a cinnamon-infused syrup, which we don't generally carry. So our house version doesn't have the cinnamon syrup. It's got the tincture instead. Just as good. Some Angostura bitters, Old Faithful. Makes every cocktail better as far as I can tell. And then we give it some ice.
Ooh. Would you say this is one of the more popular ones at the bar?
Well,
the classic?
We have, at any given moment, between about 40 and 50 house signature cocktails on our menu. So off menu doesn't get ordered too often. I'm mistake now. Okay. But we are generally prepared to make just about anything for you.
Look at the glass on this. So cute. That's darling. All right, and then you pour this in, and do we garnish it with anything, or how do we finish this off?
Always. So I'm just gonna top it up with ice. That's called a dirty dump, when you just dump the fake ice in there, give it a straw, 'cause there's a lot going on, a little fresh mint.
We love fresh mint.
Give it a little slap.
And that really does work, the slap? Yeah. It's necessary?
You can try it, smell the difference.
I will.
This is Herbstura.
It just keeps going on.
Herb Saint and Angostura, give it a little spritzeroo. And then this part is very important.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon and a microplane to give it a fresh ground cinnamon finish. It makes a difference.
Wow. This is art. Cocktail art is happening right now. Little Debbie is excited to try this.
I like a lot of cinnamon.
Okay, I do too.
All right, giddy up, girl.
Giddy up. Okay, start the other one. We gotta go. I see undead people. What's next?
So we are doing a little competition of zombies this weekend. This one's really gonna knock your socks off, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. This one's knocking my socks off right now. The spices in here, really good though. Very vibrant.
The original recipe calls for a full 4 ounces of rum, and if you recall, some of those are overproof. So this is one of the few cocktails that had an actual limit on it, on those, 50s style tiki bars that were pretty much designed to get you
passion fruit.
going.
What all the juices?
Yes, so this is the same rums, lime juice, passion instead of demerara in this one. This is created by our bartender Rocky at Vimbero, our sister restaurant. It's a natural wine bar in Edmonds, but we also do craft cocktails.
Is that tea, do I see on there?
Tea, black sesame. This is actually made with a Native American tea called Yaupan, among other things.
Oh.
Leftover, we always cross-utilize. We're low waste, and we...
Spritz.
You guys
Gotta have spritz.
It's a classy maneuver.
The ice.
We recently did a pop-up with one of our good friends, Native American chef Ramon Shiloh. And so we had some leftover Yaupan tea from that we decided to toss into a zombie.
And they have it. Okay, you say this one is really gonna knock my socks off, even more than the first?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. And then another darling glass. Okay, cute.
I mean, it's the small things that matter.
It does.
One of the easiest things to forget when you're making craft cocktails is that they're just supposed to taste good.
Right.
I see this forgotten at a lot of bars. It's not about being trendy. It's not about using the latest thing. It's not about being pretentious. It's about making a cocktail that people actually enjoy. Grenadine float.
Ooh.
Grenadine is pomegranate, by the way. Lots of people think it's cherry.
Okay, and as we're running out of time and I can taste this, tell me more about the bar and what you guys are planning.
So we're a craft cocktail bar, and
ooh, yum.
We are doing, so we're a craft cocktail bar in Edmonds. We specialize in just about everything. We can make anything. And this weekend we're doing a Battle of the Bars competition between ourselves and our sister bar, Vimbero. We're doing zombies. So we encourage you, with our friends down at Calypso, another restaurant in Edmonds, we encourage you to try them all. And a portion of all proceeds will be donated to the Edmonds Food Bank. If you taste all of the cocktails at all three establishments, then you get to vote for your favorite and be entered into a raffle to win.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And like she just said, Saturday from 7 to 10, Kelnero will join several restaurants for that zombie crawl. You are encouraged to dress like zombies, of course, and a portion of every drink will be donated to Edmonds Food Bank.